Hello everyone, Georg from JLPTDAO here, and today I'll show you how you can use the context-aware translation feature of jlptdao.com. Here you see the dashboard that you get to when you log into the website, and to get to the translation part you either click on this menu button on the left or you click on this dashboard card. So let's go. On the translation page, at the top you see your current translation and below you see your past translations. So for example, here we had the translation of How is Winter Like in Okinawa, and we see how it is written, and we can also listen to the sentence.
沖縄の冬はどのようなものですか?
Okay. Let's get to one of our translations. So just to show you, the default is where do you want to eat? That's our sentence that we want to translate. Notice how we can also change our language and use different languages. We don't have to use English, so we can also choose other languages like Chinese or German or maybe Spanish. So lots of different languages to choose from. And we could also use Japanese and translate from Japanese to one of the other languages by clicking here on the arrow button. But let's do it like this. Let's translate where do you want to eat to Japanese without a specific context. So let's translate it. And the translation is Doko de tabetai desu ka? And we can listen to it.
どこで食べたいですか?
And we can change the speed of the audio if it's too quick for us.
どこで食べたいですか?
Okay, and let's switch back to normal speed and look at one of the features of our translation. This feature is the detected vocabulary, and it shows you which words were used in the translation. So here it says doko, meaning where was used, taberu, meaning to eat was used, doko was used again and was detected again, and now with a kanji. So these two kanjis can be used to say doko, but it's not really common, so that's why it wasn't used here in this written translation. And we also see that one kanji was used. This kanji was used, it means eat and food, and it can be pronounced in many ways. One of them is shoku, meaning as in shokuji, and as ta, as in taberu, which was used over here. All of these words we can play the audio file of, so we can play how to pronounce where.
どこ?
So doko. And I think that's the main feature of translating. And now let's get to our context-aware translations. So we've seen how to translate, and now let's do the same again and translate the same sentence. But now let's change the context of our translation, and let's look if the translation in Japanese changes depending on this context. So for example, we are talking to a close friend or family member maybe. And let's see if the translation changes. So without a specific context, our translation was Doko de tabetai desu ka? Let's translate now with the added context. And now the translation with our context is Doko de tabetai. So notice how in our fresh new translation with the context, the desu ka was omitted in the translation. So now the sentence here is a casual sentence. So we see how adding a context might change how we would translate something to Japanese. And that's the interesting feature and this interesting part which makes this translation feature context aware. So if you change the context, the translation might change and you can freely choose any context. Another example could be a formal email where you would try to speak more formally than is the default setting, and the default speak in everyday interactions. Alright, so those are the features of the context-aware translation in JLPT-DAO. Thanks for watching. Gambate and arigatou gozaimasu.